Hello and welcome to Bloomsburg University students and navigating online classes in a post-COVID world at WHSK. This is Brianna at Commonwealth University Bloomsburg. Since the mass closing of American schools in early 2020 due to COVID-19, online work has become commonplace in the lives of students across the country. The introduction and use of programs such as Zoom, Microsoft Teams, and Google Classroom in high schools created a new standard for colleges as well, changing the realm of online work as we know it. In this interview, I'll be asking two Bloomsburg University students and one Bloomsburg University alumni about their experiences with online coursework in higher education and how it has affected their experience to gather and apply information. Our first interviewee is Cassie, a junior in the Secondary Education History program. Does your approach to a class differ if it's online as opposed to in person, and how?
I think it does. When I'm in my online classes, I tend to find myself getting more distracted. There's usually a lot more going on or like in the background, especially when you're on your computer. It's very easily to get distracted and start looking at other things while you're in class compared to like in person where you're just kind of more focused and actually listening more to what's going on.
How does having an online class affect your ability to manage your time?
I feel like I tend to forget more about the stuff I have to do online. A lot of it is due on the weekends, so I focus more on my in person classes. I still get everything done, but I think some of it is easy to forget and then be like, oh, wait, I have to do this quickly.
Our second interviewee is Julia, a sophomore in the creative writing program, who has a much more optimistic view of online work. Despite both her and Cassie studying humanities and having about the same amount of experience with online coursework, their opposite opinions on it show how each student approaches this medium of work differently.
Do you prefer synchronous or asynchronous classes, and why?
I prefer asynchronous classes because it allows me to do work on my own time and have it fit into my schedule in the way that I would like it to. I can put in the amount of work into the class that I would like to, like at a certain time, and space it out the way that I need it to.
Do you have any advice for people struggling in an online class?
I would say to check the websites like Brightspace or whatever other platforms you use, and check your emails as often as you can, because a lot of the times professors will give information through emails or online, and maybe you might not get notifications for that if you're not checking as often as you should. You might miss some important information like test dates or assignments, things like that.
Our last interviewee is computer science alum Andrew, who offers a more unique perspective on the highs and lows of online work, as his college career was directly affected by it. His own experience is a lot different than Cassie and Julia, especially as he had to deal with online university schooling at the very beginning of its countrywide mandate. How did your classes change when going totally online?
So we transferred to completely online in the middle of a semester, and a lot of the professors were really struggling to figure things out, figure out how to facilitate that transition. So for a bunch of them, those classes for the second half of that semester just kind of barely happened. For others, they adapted quickly. Specifically, my calculus professor at the time, he was already using his own website to give and receive information from the class and for the class. So he adapted pretty quickly and we were able to get right back into the swing of things. But for other professors, that just never happened. And a lot of those classes just kind of fell apart by the next semester after that, the beginning of the next academic year. Most of them had things figured out, but classes in general were a lot more lax in a lot of ways, but a lot more strict in others, like with testing protocols and the rise of lockdown browser.
Have you had any online classes that you'd have preferred to take in person, and how would it have changed your experience?
I would have preferred to have had all of my online classes in person. I was a much better student when I was doing all in-person classes. The transition to all online essentially ruined my academic streak. So I feel like I would have had a much better academic experience with a much higher GPA if I had maintained in-person class exposure. It's just a lot easier for me to focus in person. It's a lot easier for me to pay attention, take notes, absorb the information when I'm there in an environment that's built for learning. If I am at my computer, then I am distracted by other things that are available to me freely at my fingertips at my computer. That makes it difficult to want to focus on a class.
From these interviews, it's clear that online work is obviously something that has yet to be perfected. Not every student or instructor feels the same about it. Some enjoy it more than others, and there's no one true way to approach it. It's still a medium of education that is evolving day by day, and there's no telling where the next few years will take us.